All right, we're going to do another example of a two-sample hypothesis test, but this time using listed data. So as you can see, I just conveniently wrote the 20 listed GPAs that we played with earlier in StatCrunch. Okay. When you're doing a two-sample hypothesis test, our null is always that they are equal. The means are equal. The alternate is always that the means don't equal each other. Always. Okay. I'm going to go to StatCrunch and get my T-stat and DF and p-value, and based on that, we're going to make our conclusion. Now, just to remind you, earlier in the confidence interval example, we showed that these were the same. So if we showed earlier that they were the same, spoiler, my guess is that we are going to keep the null. Okay. But we can't just say that right now. We're going to go ahead and use StatCrunch to do it since we have it. Okay. So I come over to StatCrunch and I go stat T-stats to sample with data. And I need to pick my first column and my second column. And then click hypothesis test, which is already good to go. And that's it. Just hit compute. Okay. Boom. So my degrees of freedom are 37.9. My T-stat is a negative 0.1689. My p-value is gigantic, 0.8667. These are not unusual. They are very, 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 very similar. Okay. So what I'm going to do is write all those lovely things down over here. Okay. So just sort of rounding. Awesome. Okay, so there's my numbers that I got from StatCrunch. Boom. Okay. This, definitely not in the tail. So we are going to keep, which is the same thing as fail to reject, the null. Okay. So if we keep the null, that means that they are statistically the same. So according to our data, the two sample means are statistically the same. Okay. The whole capturing zero thing, not capturing zero thing, we say that when we're talking about confidence intervals. For hypothesis tests, our conclusion is all based on the p-value. Okay, so that's why we don't need to say anything in here about capturing zero or not capturing zero. All we have to do is focus on that p-value. It's big. We keep the null. Boom, we're done. All right, I hope the homework goes well.